beautiful souls. Happy Leo full moon this Sunday, February 5th at 1:28 p.m. Eastern. Happy flow, create, illuminate, and play. Does it feel good? Those energies, that momentum, that frequency. Yeah, we're really moving into a beautiful time in this period of all planets direct. Now on the other side of Imbolc that we just went through on February 1st, where we're really beginning to water more of what's now growing inside of us because we have let go of or completed what has come up to go through the long winter's night, through the dark, the quiet, the receptivity, through the excavation of the retrograde season. So this is just a really nice time to drop into a place of flow, of ease, of trust, of whatever is coming through, whatever is calling out, and allowing yourself to follow, coming out more and more and more. So we have lots to get into. As you can tell, it's been a hot minute since my last video because I am here in the beautiful Baja Peninsula of Mexico, right on the tail end of my Awaken Your Fire retreat with the most gorgeous sacred circle of souls that were called to this very important time together and this very important work that we have done together. So I do hope that you felt what we were throwing down. On the last day of any container that I do in person, I share a creation of my own, which was the light mob dance, where we really bring up all of the healing, all of the light, all of the new energy and frequency that has been unleashed, all of the fire that has been unleashed in our time together. And at the end, we share it. We let it out into the collective, into the planet, into humanity, so that it continues to vibrate and ripple out, so that it permanently affects and transforms our light and energy grids. You know, the biggest message I want to share about our time together that came in so deeply at the end in the final closing ceremony and in the light mob dance was that when we do this very sacred, intentional work, and of our alignment, of our center, of our light, right? Of the integration of our infinite light body with our physical experience, and of being in this now moment, the possibilities, the limitlessness of who we came to be, and creating that and living from that in our experience. We often work with the ancestors, we work with the angels, our soul guides, our star family, intelligent life, you know, non-physical form. And we hold those ancestors in such reverence. And what came to me in those moments that was downloaded and channeled was that we are the ancestors. This work that we are doing right now is so damn important because generations and generations will be tapping into what we have created through the land that we are all on right now, through our acupuncture points of the world, through the energy grid that is now completely transforming into full, beautiful, crystalline light that is radiated through our cells as we continue to excavate more of the shadow, more of the programming and conditioning, more of the control and power over. That is where we are moving so much more into living from light than living from density, than reacting from density. We're responding from light. So this really is a time of light twin powers activating. What I really want to say is light workers activate. So you know if you're feeling it. You feel it in your cells right now as I share that vibration. It emanates through you. You feel me and I feel you. It's a really beautiful place of belief and trust that we can tap in all over this world, all over this planet, all over the grid in the universe with all forms of life and energy. Speaking of creation, let's talk about Leo. So in the Leo full moon, the moon is in Leo at 16 degrees. The sun is in Aquarius at 16 degrees. And Leo is all about healthy pride. Y'all, when we radically fall in love with ourselves, the entire narrative will deeply change. We will not be able to be manipulated or controlled. We will be shining our light in ways that cannot be dimmed. And we get to play, we get to explore, right? And it's all about this. Leo full moon is illuminating the activation that's ready to come out in you. It's illuminating that beautiful plant, that beautiful life and energy that's ready to grow from you, that may have never been in your trajectory or in your linear mind or what you thought was gonna unfold in your life. And this wants to take you bigger, brighter, bolder, quicker in wherever you are meant to go, in what you came here to create, to share, to emanate in this collective. We all came with a very specific purpose, a very specific frequency. And when we bring them together in full illumination, in full sovereignty and agency and centeredness, we can create anything from abundance and love and benevolence in this physical reality. So as the sun is in Aquarius at 16 degrees, it's activated in Saturn, because Saturn is in Aquarius in its final degrees before it moves into Pisces in March. You know, we've talked about March. It's coming, and we're gonna feel these changes. We're gonna see these changes. We're gonna know these changes, but remember, they are an unfolding journey. They will continue to support us in our mission and where we're going, even through the discomfort, as we hold our space of love frequency, as we stay in our stream of consciousness, as we stay in our deep belief and cannot be manipulated and wavered out of it from fear or emotion. So remember, Aquarius and Uranus, because I'm going to talk about Uranus T-squaring the sun and the moon here, are all about liberation, about freedom. So now is a time to liberate yourself from the shackles of judgment, of self-doubt, of, being a prisoner of, what wants to be sold to you, what wants to keep you down in order to keep you in line. Because when you have an internal space of gratification, of love, of spiritual connectedness and soul growth and purpose and belief, everything else can come or go. There's no resistance, there's only flow as things move in and out of your world. When you know and trust and believe that what is being held in front of you is a reflection and a mirror. The experiences that you are moving through in the physical reality are a catalyst to something new, to something bigger, to a breakthrough for the break free. That's all of the Aquarian and Uranus energy, right? Because when we liberate ourselves from who we thought we were or what we thought made us do and be the things that are in our limitations, the possibilities are limitless. Then we get to try on the pieces of us that we've never allowed ourselves to even believe, even from those places of sacrifice, right? Ask yourself right now, do I keep myself dimmed because of how I believe others see me? That's the big one. And that's a big piece of why we retreat. I was telling this beautiful group of the Circle of Souls, try on the new you, who's not new. It's always been inside. It's the light that came in with you, but it's the light that's gotten dimmed. And it's the light that stays suppressed when we believe ourselves to be a certain way because someone else sees us in that way. We hold ourselves in limitations through the relationships in our lives. And that is because we're holding ourselves in a place of past energy, right? It's almost like an imprint. When we meet someone, when we come into connection, when we form a bond or relationship with someone, it's at a past time in our life. And when we keep ourselves only in that space, within that container, we have halted our birthright of evolution. And we may be halting theirs as well. So really ask yourself, am I holding myself hostage because of how I believe others see me through their eyes, through this relationship, in this container? Am I holding myself hostage because of fear of others judging me, leaving me, fearing me, when I truly unleash what continues to tap on my soul, what continues to be activated within me? Because it's that internal struggle that creates the resistance. Liberation, freedom, surprise changes, quick enlightenments, ahas, pivots. This is the Uranus T-square to the Sun and Mars. So in this square, the energy I'm feeling for the square is actually taking action in the new energy that's suddenly appearing in your life. It's a door, it's an opening, it's an invitation, it's a thread. And when you pull that thread, many more might come. So this is about our true resources. Uranus is in Taurus. The sun is in Aquarius, the moon is in Leo. And when we drop into how we can magnetize our entire lives from a regulated nervous system, from our spaces of quiet, from being soft, deliberate, present, from being in flow and continually dropping out of resistance, we know that every possibility is all around. We know that answers come from our innate navigation system, from our source energy. And we finally can differentiate the monkey mind, the rationalizing mind, the control mind, the fear mind from the source guidance. So, the one thing that I do want to highlight in this moon is that Aquarius and Leo are fixed energy. So there was a question that has come up through the unfolding that we've embarked upon since the beginning of the retreat. What I want you to ask yourself, especially when you're feeling the resistance come up in your body. Resistance is a message. Feelings are a message. And we have learned in the imbalanced masculine energy to power through them. And when we know the power in following them and honoring them and deepening our soul's connection, our psychic strength, our innate knowledge, and ultimately our ease in this life, it becomes a superpower. It's our human gift that we never learned before. And we are now opening, activating, and teaching this to generation upon generation. So in those moments, when you feel that resistance, when your body's sending you a message to change the environment, to regulate your nervous system, to not power through, not sacrifice yourself, I want you to ask yourself, do I need to be right? Or can I trust this moment and the divine message and transformation in its purpose? Let yourself sit in with that a little bit. Write it down, journal it out, put it on a post-it. When you feel yourself in defense, in unhealthy learned ego, in resistance, in power over, let yourself come back. Let yourself change your environment. Let yourself find the ease and trust that whatever this energy experiences will unfold and reveal from there. So I feel like those messages are complete for today. And let's see what our guides have to say. Let's see what comes through the cards for this gorgeous energy of all planets direct as the momentum, like I said, continues to build. And Jupiter is in Aries as well, let's not forget. So it's a wonderful time for expansion in the true resources of our regulated nervous system, of our softness, of our flow, of our creation, of our illumination and liberation. Liberation from the imbalanced interaction, the imbalanced energy. It just amazes me how for so long, myself included, we were told to stand our ground, hold yourself there, throw up bigger boundaries, while our health was actually taking a hit and creating more stress and more dis-ease, even when we left the interaction. So I want you to feel into, when you find that power of regulating your nervous system without having to be right, without needing to be in control, and how quickly you move into ease and the answers come from your innate navigation system, for your light, from your source connection. Y'all, light work is our new currency. This is what we were doing so deeply in this Awaken Your Fire retreat. It's not going to be money, it's not going to be power, it's not going to be control, it's going to be light currency. So whoever it is, find the people that guide you into how to create, strengthen, move, guide, and expand your light. Okay, so I am using my Earth Soul cards today because these are the cards I pull out when it feels like the energies are really flowing, when we're not in the deep excavation times of our shadow, when we really more are in our flow. And so the first card is prayer. Our heart, right? I keep getting heart here. I'm seeing the red color and feeling like even the fire in our heart. I have a free heart activation meditation on my website. It's one of my very best advanced meditations, and I got the message to offer it for free. So please take me up on that. It's a really beautiful way to create the light, to activate the fire, and to open your heart space. So what I'm feeling here with the prayer card is remember. And we remember in the divine moments of softness, of stillness, of listening with our senses, not looking for the answer, and how important that connection, that self-love, that reverence for yourself truly is. And when you take the time, when you create the time, when you create the time to be in prayer with your higher self, with God, source, spirit, with the belief and the knowledge of what can come through, the possibilities, the unknown potentials, in that space of receptivity, you come out in such a stronger sacred masculine container. You move forward in deliberate knowledge of your truth, and it becomes unshakable, it becomes unwavering. And I just keep getting, it keeps coming through, remember, remember, remember. So I trust that is a message that exactly you need to hear right now. And then the next card is Spirit of the East, which is the wind element and the air element. And the air is all about bringing new inspiration, new connections, new ideas. Mars has gone direct, and that has been a big catalyst to us feeling more momentum in these all planets direct, because Mars and Mercury were hanging out for a while, and we were still feeling, we were feeling the grind of that. But it's saying this is your new soul's language. It's not a way that you've spoken before. It's not a way that you've reacted before. It's not a way that other people know of you. And so let yourself be in the most unique new language that you've ever had. And trust, again, it keeps coming back to trust. Trust that whoever's receiving that, it's exactly what is meant to be in their unfolding path as well, no matter what the results are from that. So I just keep getting the message, try it out, try it out, try out what has come through. Because when we let ourselves, when we have any habit, as humans, we're very habitual beings, and when we have any habit for a long time, neural pathways get created and they become very easy to just stay inside. And so it does take the intention, the devotion, being very deliberate in what and how and where you're listening. And then how you're moving it forward in your life, how you are applying it, right? And this is something that I talked about in the retreat as well. Like when we come together in these beautiful containers of sacred energy and location and space, we do powerful work, but we don't just do it there. We take that energy, we take that new knowledge and that new belief of what we now know is possible from ourselves, from a container, from community, from connection, and we take that into our acupuncture point of the world. We take that into our lives, and that's where we grow. We are all here as the student and the teacher, and the more we stay in curiosity of every moment, that every moment is a divine reflection for us. It is never about something else in the moment. It's never about someone else in the moment. When we stay in that external control, we stay in resistance and we stay in the need to be heard, to be seen, to be witnessed in a way that when we find that within ourselves, that internal source of strength, we rise into unity consciousness. And we can be in any contrast, any duality, and hold deep spaces of love frequency and change the reality of what's happening in the physical world around us without our literal words, without our linear words, without a need for the control. And the last card on the end of my soul rant there is the shift. And the shift, it's interesting that butterflies have come through this card because I kept seeing a butterfly in her heart on the prayer card. And butterflies are all about magic, transformation, majesty, right? Going from a caterpillar in the cocoon to the chrysalis, and the butterfly squeezes itself out in order to fly. It moves the blood. It creates the flow from itself. The butterfly is the catalyst to the flow that puts blood in the wings and allows it to fly and find freedom and liberation and create more and more beauty as it continues to move through the world. That is where we are at, my friends. And that absolutely feels complete. That's a beautiful end. I am feeling so much joy and love and excitement in my heart for what is about to fly in our worlds. So let me know in the comments, what are your intentions in this Leo full moon? How are you moving through these big, beautiful, powerful times? What's the radical self-love that you have in this now moment? And how much more is available for you and from you? Please hit me up over on Instagram. Let me know if you have any questions. I am here for support. I have some really exciting new containers coming. So again, come on over to my website at therawandwildhearts.com. And until next time, y'all, don't forget to keep looking up.